All right, welcome to week 4, part 1 of process. This is going to be the introduction. So we're going to run through it at a high level before we dive into really dissecting what process is, how to do it, and what you should be doing in your business. So what is process? Simply put, it's just what you do every day in your business. It's a sequence of events. There's going to be an input and an output of that event. And you're doing this without even realizing it, but what we're going to get into is documenting and figuring out how to improve upon those processes. So processes can be large or small. They can be cover multiple departments. They can be internal or external, or it could just be one person performing a series of tasks, and it could be just them doing that one entire process by themselves. When you're documenting processes or reviewing processes, it's you can be formal or informal. So a lot of people have spent a lot of time in their lives, getting certifications and that type of stuff. And you can make this very formal, or you can just do it informally. And it could be just bulleted list on a piece of paper, whatever it is. It's really up to your preference. Process is all about what's being done, but it's also about the handoffs. And so a lot of what we do is we do work and then we hand it off to somebody, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. This helps uncover that so that people know what's going on upstream or downstream from them. And that way they know how they affect others' jobs. And it could potentially just, a lot of problems can fix themselves right there when somebody's like, oh, I didn't realize that when I did that, something else, screwing you up some way, shape, or form. The other thing is it uncovers areas where something should be happening, but it's not, or it's being performed another way. So employees will oftentimes follow the path of least resistance. And so for them, that could be finding a more efficient way to do a process, or maybe they're cutting corners, whatever it is. So you want to document what they're doing, analyze it. And if it is in fact better than what you have trained them to do, or what should be happening, then you can implement that new process. And when you're doing process work with your employees, you want to think about what's in it for them. So people are pretty resistant to change, especially when it comes to their jobs. So if you can figure out how to make their job easier, or potentially make your business more profitable, and they could get a bonus off that, whatever it is, you want to really approach it as to what's in it for them, so that you can get buy-in from them. That's really important with process, is getting that buy-in. Why is process important? Well, plain and simple, it figures out ways to save you time or money. You can identify current or potential roadblocks, bottlenecks, whatever it is down the way, and you will increase redundancy within your business, which sounds like you're making it more complicated, but that redundancy really helps like when it comes to training, so that people know what it is that other people do. So if somebody's sick or somebody quits, whatever it is, it's much easier for somebody to step into that other role, because they're already aware of what's happening, and maybe all they need is like a login for the accounting software or something like that. So that's going to allow you to have less downtime, because you already know what's going on, and you can easily kind of navigate through it or around it if you need to, if something pops up. And then the biggest thing for the small business owner, which is you, it allows you to work more on your business than in your business. And that's a theme that you're going to hear a handful of times throughout this course, is really getting you into the value add in your business, and not doing the kind of monkey work, the just day-to-day stuff that you could potentially automate or offload onto somebody else. The other thing that it does is it identifies where you're exposed as a business. So if there's potential safety or legal issues, you can uncover those. You can uncover what we call gaps, and we're going to go over that a little bit later in week 39. But the gaps are things in your business that not necessarily they could be actually holes in the process, or it could just be something that's being held together and not done as efficiently as it should be. But when you're implementing processes, or when you're talking about changing or something like that, you're going to find these gaps, and you're going to need to figure out a way to fill them. So it's getting from point A to point B. What's in between, that's what process is going to help you do. Another thing that we're going to talk about are your critical processes. So critical processes are those things that absolutely have to happen in order for your business to function. The non-critical processes are the things that you could potentially do without. Like, it's not ideal, but you could get away with not doing some of them. So you want to identify those critical processes, and those are the things that we're going to work on. The non-critical ones, while you could, if you wanted to, you could document them and try and improve upon them. It's not critical for your business if they don't change, and so you need to be aware of them, but it's not something that we're really going to focus on. And then finally, who is involved in process? Well, like I said, everybody is, anybody who's employed in your business and anybody who's a part of your business. So that could be outside resources such as vendors or people that you hire to, perform certain tasks in your business, whatever it is. Everybody who has something to do with your business is involved, including your customers. When you're documenting, you want to get those end users to really help you understand what it is that they do, because for you want to see, you want to get their actual opinions and thoughts and all of that on what's going on. Because one of the things that's very helpful when you're walking through processes and documenting all that is finding out where the pain points are. And you find those simply by listening to people complain about their jobs. It's that simple. You say, all right, how do you do this? And they're going to say, I really hate it when I have to, or it would be really cool if this, et cetera, et cetera. You want to write those down, because those are the pain points. And those are the things that they either they just put up with, and they don't even really realize that it's something that can be improved upon, or they might be afraid to bring it up in a group setting or whatever. So document those pain points, and then, document what they do so that you can really see, like, with them, walk through the process to understand, okay, this is what I think you should be doing. This is what you're actually doing. And then you just kind of figure out what that variance is and go from there. So that's it on process. And we look forward to another 4 sessions with you later in this course.